I'm excited about this video today. I love baby clothes and I want to just walk you through first year's baby wardrobe. What do I use? What do I need? This is the fourth baby, so I feel like I've really gotten it down to more of the capsule wardrobe and knowing what I really love, what I don't use a lot of, and all of those kind of things. So our baby right now is just at the edge of 3 to 6 and they are transitioning into a 6 to 12. So I'll be able to show you what we've used up to that 6 months mark in those first 3 wardrobes, and then what I'm anticipating us using for his 6 to 12 and what I've picked up for that as well. So let's get into it. This is my bin where I have everything for my baby storage. Now, I used to just throw everything in here in like stacks together with like all the wardrobe. They were just loose, but they were in stacks of like 0 to 3, 3 to 6, all that. But I just felt like I was constantly sorting them. They were getting messed up, the kids were getting into them, and so I finally found these, which is like, why did I not do this earlier? These are packing cubes for in your suitcases. So I just got a pack of these, and each one has one set of wardrobe in it. So it doesn't have to keep getting mixed up. I can just grab it. I know everything's in there. So this has been a lifesaver if you're wanting to hang on to some clothes for multiple kids. We are gonna go through 4 different wardrobes. We have newborn, 0 to 3, 3 to 6, and then 6 to 12. 6 to 12 sometimes can be broken into 6 to 9 and 9 to 12, but I often just, it's not that different in size, so I'll often just put it into a 6 to 12 category. First off, we're gonna talk about newborn. Now, newborn can be very minimal because I have found with my babies being about, usually they're between 6.5 to 8 pounds at birth, and they're normally in a newborn size for about a month. If your baby's 9 pounds when they're born, you just skip over the newborn altogether. So it can be very simple. And what I found is that with the newborns, basically, I like to put them in zipper sleepers because it's one outfit. You don't have pants, a shirt. They're so tiny to try to put stuff in over their head, put them in all their little outfits. It's like they just want to sleep. So I love, love, love these little sleepers. So that's a lot of what I've had. And it's like, oh, it's so tiny. Already I'm realizing how big our little guy's gotten. But so I have a zipper sleeper. So this zipper sleeper, one second zipper sleeper, gray. I love the neutral colors because especially with newborn, you can use them for boys or girls, and you don't have to have a whole separate wardrobe for all of them. So there's this zipper sleepy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. I have another one here, 6. Then we've got this little fox one, 7. So for me, my general rule of thumb is that I just want enough to do 1 week because I do my laundry every Monday. And so if I can just get from Monday to Monday, that is enough clothes for me. I don't need more than that. And what you're basically going to want to factor into that is, are your babies, do they spit up? Do they have blowouts? How dirty do they get? How much drool? All those kind of things is going to determine how often and how frequently you change them. Now, I find for me, my 1 week worth of wardrobe is about 7 to 10 items because none of my babies have been spitters. None of them have had issues with blowouts. I mean, really, I'm pretty blessed as far as in that department. But if you have more of that, then just add to this on the amount that you think you're going to need between laundry days of when you normally do laundry. So we have, where were we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zipper sleepies. So that gets me through most of the days. I got this one little nightgown, which just has the elastic at the bottom, which is also really nice for just changing their diapers. A lot of these now have these little mitts right on the end where you can fold them, and then you're not worried about them scratching their face. I haven't ended up using that a lot because I don't really find that's an issue for our kids. Then I also just found these little outfits that are 2-piece that were just too cute not to buy, just to fill in the gaps a little bit, or like sometimes they're just fun if you're like taking them out for somewhere. So this one is a little waffle knit gray button up with the little tiny matching pants. This is like one of my favorites. I feel like often babies look cuter if they are dressed for you, like dress them for the job they're doing. And a baby is just sleeping all day. So if they look like they're cozy and that's what they're doing, then it just There's something about that feels so good. There's something about it where I start to realize like dressing up your newborn in all these like fancy outfits just didn't quite fit because they're just sleeping all the time. And so they actually felt like pajama outfits fit them way better, and something that looked cozy. Whereas when they start getting to the place of like crawling and walking, that's when I like to start putting them in other outfits. But in this season, it's fine to just do this. I got a few shirts that are just like, if it's hot out, then you can just put these on. And often like, I don't mind just like snapping them on, is just, that's the outfit, because they don't need more. These ones I haven't ended up using a lot because we have ended up having our babies more in the winter. And I just find, again, I just love the onesies. The newborns, I find you do want to keep them a little bit warmer. And so these are kind of backups, since that, again, I found these and I just love them. So I bought them. And then I was like, oh, I maybe should have bought these a size up, because I am totally fine with just basically dressing them in comfy pajamas. But again, they're there for a season, or if you want to, if it's warmer out or whatever. So we got this other really cute little gray one that is a 2-piece again, which is, again, it's just one that I like, as far as I use these ones more if we're going places, just because I feel like they're a little cuter jammies. Again, one more shirt. And then this one was one I just got a while back that was, it's a button up, and I don't normally keep the button ups anymore, but when I saw this one, it was one of the first outfits I'd bought for one of my babies, and there was just something very sentimental about this one, so I was like, I can't get rid of this one, but it is a button up and I wouldn't buy button ups in the future. So that leaves us with, basically in the end, 7 zippers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 other ones. So that leaves us with 11 full jammy outfits, and then we have 4 other shirts, which, again, these I don't even necessarily feel like are necessary. I wish I would have got these in a size up. I think, honestly, for me, 11 sleepers is lots. And often for me, like, again, my babies aren't, especially as a newborn, they're not really spit uppy, whatever. And so I find sometimes they're totally clean and they're fine to stay in the same jammies for a 24-hour period. If you're finding you want to change them more like in the morning and the evening, or they're getting too dirty, then you might want to aim for more like 14 or something, so you have 2 a day. But I found often I was doing 1, maybe 2 a day, depending on how much I felt like they needed to get changed. So that is my newborn wardrobe. And again, like, very neutral colors, and I've tried over time to get into more of a color palette. So you notice a lot of the color palette is blues, grays, creams, greens. That will be a theme throughout this whole wardrobe. It's easy to match, and I just love those colors on my kids. So next up, we have the 0 to 3 wardrobe. So this one I start to get a little bit more in here as far as a little bit more dressing up, but I'm even finding over time with this one, jammies is the way to go most of the time. So in this one, I do start to have a couple little pants. These pants, I just love, as far as for the little boys, I love the little rips in there. And these ones are definitely, like, I find more the fun ones for going out and doing that. These jeans are a little more stretchy, a little more cozy. But again, those aren't the everyday. They're more for like outings and stuff. And then we've got a little zipper jammy again. This is a little fox. This one, I don't mind doing these sometimes. This is a button up in the legs rather than across. And I don't mind these sometimes. I love the look of this because I don't really like when you have like pants and a shirt and it like cuts them off in the middle. Like, a baby just feels like they have these tiny little arms and legs, and they have this, their tummy feels like a little bit over proportion for their arms and legs. And so I find like you put something across and it just doesn't feel balanced to me. So I love these outfits that are just one. That's the zipper jammies. That's these ones that are just one complete outfit. And sometimes when it's in the legs, I just love how this looks as far as just not having it across the tummy for the zipper. A little more work, but it's less work than buttoning up the whole front. Okay, so we've got a couple of those. Again, this is a button up. And again, sometimes these ones I just find they're too cute. I'm like, I can do a few buttons. This is another zipper one. This is one of my favorites. This is like a textured gray, and I just love it. I have this burgundy zipper one, which I got for boys. In the future, I would go a little bit lighter with my choices, just because I find our kids tend to be fair skinned, and as a baby, I just find like something like this looks way better on them than something a little bit darker. But it depends on their skin tone, because our last baby had brown eyes and brown hair, and the darker colors worked a lot better than the fair skinned babies. Again, this is like another zipper jammy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0 to 3. And then I have some of these that I can also use that are waffle knit jammy pants that are cozy, and then I can put them in these. Again, as I'm looking at this, I'm like 6. Yeah, that's a little bit low for jammies. Again, I would say 7 to 10 zipper jammies and you're probably fine. That's what I've made work for this wardrobe. But a couple waffle knit pants, and then I got one other pair of jeans, put that over there. 1, 2, little button-up shirt, 3, 4 button-up shirts, so that brings us to 10, 6 jammies and 4 shirts, so 10 kind of outfits with a couple waffle knit pants that can be used for jammies, or these shirts can be used for these 3 pairs of jeans as well. I've got ones with little overalls, one with the little rips, and then one that's just a soft. So then these 4 shirts can be put with these 3 pants if I want to go out somewhere a little bit more, just feel like dressing them up, or I can put them with these waffle knits if I want it to be just like a little bit more cozy sleepwear. And then I also just have a couple of these that I just think are really cute. It's like you have to get a few plaids. Again, just dressing it up just a little bit more in the 0 to 3. So I have 2 plaid shirts, and then this is just a summer outfit where it's like it buttons in the legs and it's like the shorts and it's like a onesie summer outfit for the boys. So I've had 3 boys in a row here, and so all of my wardrobe right now is fairly boy centered in terms of how I have bought them. If we were to have a girl, I would definitely be updating a few of these to be a little bit more girly. But a lot of these items I feel like would be fine to do for a girl too. And especially at the 0 to 3 phases. So yeah, I think that was in the end, we ended up with 6 full jammies, 6 shirts, 3 pairs of pants, and then a onesie that was in there. And that worked just fine. Like I said, if I were to recommend anything, I would recommend a few more zipper jammies, and don't go too crazy with the fun dress up clothes at this stage yet. A few fun ones for outings, but you don't need to be anything too crazy. And then I just wanted to point out a couple ones that I forgot to is for the 0 to 3. I don't always keep them in my bin. This was a 0 to 3 sweater that's a little bit bigger, so I've kept it in because it still fits him. And then this is for winter because we've had winter babies. This is a 0 to 3 little winter suit for when we're going places. That's just an one zipper, all in one, super easy that I can use when they're just real little. Okay, the next wardrobe is the wardrobe that we are currently in, and so this one's I have in baskets right now, and right now they're just kind of been thrown in, and so we're just gonna dump them out so you can see them. And I realize I am actually doing some laundry right now because we are in this wardrobe right now, and I didn't have everything clean, so I'm going to go get those last few clothes. Nerf bullets. Okay, the things you find in your laundry sometimes. Okay, it feels like way more clothes than the other one. I'm like, this feels a little excessive. Now, 3 to 6 is where you tend to get the most gifts given, and I'm sure I will probably be weeding this down after he's out of this size because I don't feel like I need all of these things. But so we got jeans here. Boom. We have some little summer shorts. We've got a little dress shirt. We've got jammies with buttons at the bottom. Boom. We've got, let's see, what else do we got? Oh, this one of my favorites. This was first for him. I feel like every wardrobe you have to buy a couple new things that you're really excited about. And so this was the one for him. This was, again, a button up at the bottom, little button up here. I love this one, and it's so soft. This one I also really love. This is a zipper onesie. I had to buy these. This is a little plaid shirt. I love the plaids for dressing them up for a fun day. And those ones match with his brother's. Again, a little jean shirt. So again, we start getting into a little bit more dressy. We've got a summer one. I've got another one I really love. Little zipper blue jammies. This one was one of my favorites. 0 to 3. This one is a 0 to 3. That's what I was just thinking. Okay, so this one goes in with the 0 to 3. It was still in the 3 to 6, and I missed taking it out. Okay, so that's where one of my jammies. I said I only had 6. This is the 7th. That makes more sense. Okay, so we're gonna put that over there. We got some more jeans in there. We've got another zipper jammy in here. Another little plaid dress one. Another zipper jammy that's really warm. This one is not as much my favorite anymore just because I don't really like the hoods when they're this little. They tend to they're trying to turn their heads, and I don't like how it feels like it ends up going in their face or it comes off and gets twisted. I don't like it. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one. I haven't ended up using it at all this time. Or maybe I used it once, I can't remember. And then I remembered how much I didn't like it. So I got a little button-up shirt, a little one for pictures with the cousins, another one. I love these waffle knits. The texture, it's a button-up shirt as well. We've got a couple sweatpants, little light blue one, little green one. We've got these little shorts. I really liked these little shorts too for summer. They're just like a cotton and they're really soft. Okay, these are for the whole wardrobe. This one especially I love. This is just a little bandana for him. And I have another little black one that's like, if you're finding that he's being really drooly or kind of spitting up, you can do this and it saves you an outfit change. So these are also, if you end up with a really drooly spit up baby, these are a lifesaver. Another zipper jammy. Yeah, you see what I'm saying about zipper jammies? They're my thing. I love them. This was my favorite new one for him. This little plaid. I'm sad he's growing out of it now, and I love that one on him. I have just a plain shirt, little summer shirt for him. These little sweatpants. And I don't tend to have a lot of pants, and I feel like I have more than I need. We have these little green suspender pants. These little checkered shorts. The other ones were shorts too, sorry. And this little cream shirt and another zipper jammies. And I think I ended up just throwing out a zipper jammies that got worn out for him too. So we did have another one, but he wore it out and got a hole in it. And I thought, no point in packing it up for another baby. Let's just get rid of it. Another shirt and then another pair of pants. Oh, and one more little shirt. A little bit more of a dress pants, but they're kind of stretchy. They're not. That is our 3 to 6. Again, I feel like this is more than I need, and I'll probably end up weeding it down before instead of storing it. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 zipper jammies or button up at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, perfect. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shirts that are just kind of t-shirts or just kind of these plain long sleeve shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jeans. So I'm starting to get a little bit more of those. I have just a full summer outfit here with a little hat that goes with it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's see. 4 pairs of shorts. And I feel like the shorts don't really get used a lot. So that's not really, a little bit of this if you want to, like a few jeans if you want to dress them up, and shorts, maybe a couple shorts. And then these ones again are the dress up ones. This is my favorite. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these shirts, which again is not necessary. If I were to say again, I'd be like a week's worth of zipper jammies, a couple jeans, and maybe a couple summer outfits because he was right over the summer, and maybe a handful of shirts. So a bit of these I feel like could go, but that is the 3 to 6. So now we're going to look at the 6 to 12, which is the one he's just going into now. And so this is the first time organizing it. So I'm excited to pull out and see what we're going to be going into next. I think we got all the clothes. We got all the laundry. We got all the stuff organized. We got the new stuff. Some of the new things I'm excited about for him this time is we got some little cream pants. These little corduroy gray ones that I'm excited to try. I really, really like, I'm just finding more and more as a theme. I love waffle knits. So he started to wear some of these, so they're just ones that I pulled out as ones excited to try and he can fit into them, seeing if he's ready for the size. So there's this green waffle knit zipper, which I am loving. This other lighter green one that's also a waffle knit. I love this orange button up one. Again, it has buttons at the bottom, but we're totally fine with that, so we love that. And I also just got some little shorts, 1 pair of little shorts for him. And then we have this little sweater that is in I'm trying to remember, I think it was like seafoam blue or something was it, but it's just a super cute knit. So this will be coming up into his next wardrobe. So those are kind of the new things for him that I think I have for this wardrobe, and I'm going to look into what we have for in the past. Okay, so we got some jammies, and we'll see as we're getting into this what if there's anything that still works or stuff that doesn't. But this is a cute one I got for Caden. It's Let's Sleep Under the Stars, and it has these little jammy pants with it. So there's a jammies that we got for him. Again, I'm more okay with going to the double, although I still kind of prefer the zipper. That's my go-to. It's another little jammy one, little fox, little moose jammies, little yellow pants, and a little button up. I got a little muscle shirt here that's for summer. I'm just pulling this out now and I'm like, oh, should run all this stuff through the wash, but before we use it. I love this shirt. This little button up shirt for him. Little blue one that's exactly the same, matches, little button up just at the top, those little 3 buttons. It's nice, again, to stick away from not too many buttons, but sometimes they're just really cute. Little jean shirt, again, going with the plaid. Button up. You start to get into this one and they start walking, and I just find that sometimes as far as like, I don't know, changing diapers and stuff like that, it's nice to just have shirts, pants instead of these with the buttons. But at the same time, the nice thing about these with the buttons is that it like keeps the shirt tucked in and then it's not riding up all the time. So that's okay too. Diaper changing or shirt tucked in, which one? These 2 sweaters, a cream one and a green one, which I have really loved. Again, another checkered plaid, I don't know what you want to call it, shirt. I love this one. This one has a really nice texture to it. I've got just a plain shirt. We've got another little sweater here. We got a little vest if we want for a little more dressy, going a little more dressy now. They're starting to get into the crawling and walking. This stage you kind of want to think about the crawling and walking just because depending what they have as far as on those knees for crawling. And oh yes, this is a new one too. That was a little cute little jammy set for him that I'd put in the bag. We've got a little striped overall set. We've got some little khakis, I guess. I was really loving these with the elastics at the bottom. I didn't think I would, but I loved them. And then another pair of pants here. And I also have this little summer outfit, which this ended up being my favorite for the summer outfits, for sure. We have 1, 2, 3 older jammies, 1, 2, 3, 4 newer jammies, so that's 7 total, so that's perfect. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pairs of pants. Oh, and you know what? I have 2 pairs of jeans. I'm trying to think where they are. I did buy 2 pairs of jeans that he started to use, and I think they're probably in the wash. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs of pants. That makes more sense. At this stage, it's like jammies per night and starting to do clothes during the day. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sweaters, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shirts. So again, shirt for every day. Oh, and one over here, 8, summer one. So little over shirt every day, plus a few extra sweaters if it's cold, fill in the gap. So yeah, that's about right. Pants for every day, jammy for every day, and then a little extra shirts. I find that the shirts tend to get messier just because as far as eating, at this stage you're starting to give them more solids and eating, and just they're getting into things and all that. So I find the shirts tend to get dirtier, and it's more important to have extra shirts. Plus the shirts is where the seasons tend to go in as far as sweaters versus summer. So that's where you get your variety in terms of your summer. But that is my full wardrobe for 6 to 12. And I've done this before, so I think that should be good for the most part. The only other thing I wanted to show you was a few accessories that I also have. And some of these items are baby items that I use right from the beginning. So we're going to talk about that too. They just stay in my baskets for the whole entire time. So in this one, I have 4 of these. They're just like a flannel. I use these for burp cloth, but I honestly do not use these very much because we've been blessed with babies that have not spit up much. But this is kind of the like go-to burp cloth, wipe something off the carpet, take with you if you're changing a baby, those kind of things. They're kind of the ones I'm not too worried about them getting messy. I have blankets in here. So we have a number of blankets. I got a little textured one I keep in here. I also have a couple other blankets. I have a blue blanket. I have his special blanket that he got that's made by Grandma. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's probably about 4 blankets-ish that I have. And then I love, love, love these muslins. So I have this yellow one. I have this gray flower one, blue flower one. It's the same pattern. But these are so great at the beginning. Like I would say kind of the first 3 months of just swaddling them in a blanket when they sleep, because they want to be held a little bit tighter. It keeps them from startling. And so I love these as like that first 3 months swaddle, and also like anywhere you go as far as like nursing covers, all of those kind of things. Let's see what else we got here. I got my blue one right here that I had originally. Organize these as I'm doing the video. And then I also have this yellow one right here that's like a flower one. So kind of like 5 swaddles I think is kind of what I've gone for, and I like that. Around 4 blankets, 5 swaddles. That's worked really well for us. I've kind of added to that over the years. So, but yeah, that's been a really nice amount. And again, I find all these swaddles, to me, I would have no problem using these with a boy or a girl. Like there's a leaf pattern on there, but it's yellow, and I'm buying them very neutral for that whole year wardrobe. I just realized I found one more muslin swaddle that I forgot about, little green one with leaves on it. So that brings it up to 6 swaddles. Basically almost enough for one a day. And then a few blankets that you could make the blankets last 2 a day. So again, how frequently are you doing your laundry? I guess one of the things that, again, this is for multiple wardrobes, that I also have in this is I have these sleep sacks. I don't remember these so much with my first baby being a thing, but I've really seen them come to be a thing recently. And it's just like, it's basically like a sleeping bag with little armholes. So I have a couple of these that recently I just found out they're like different weights, and the weights are called togs. So I have 2 of these that are a 1 tog, and that's kind of my favorite. I like this for just like every day, most days, these are fine. So I have 2 of these so that when we move out of the swaddles around that like 4 months or something, 3 or 4 months, I start putting them in these just to keep them warm, because they kick off the blankets and all of that. So I find they just sleep better if they're totally zippered in. They can't kick them off. These things have been beautiful. I used these with my babies right up from like, we started like 4 months, and then use them up well into a year, because then you just don't have to worry about waking up to get blankets put back on them. And then I also decided to try an experiment with this one, which is, okay, I think it's a 3 tog. It's way thicker and heavier. So this one's a little bit better if you are just a little bit cooler evenings, or like camping, or those kind of things that you just want them to be extra warm. We got 1 3 tog. And so I could see potentially, again, getting more of these 1 tog sleepers. These are a favorite for sure. So as far as recommendations, if you wanted to like get more, that would be the thing. I would say sleepers with zippers, muslin swaddles, and these sleep sacks are amazing. So we have those that work through the whole wardrobe. We already talked about my bandanas for drooling or spitting up babies. So I have a couple toques for when we're going out. I also have this toque that's a little bit, these ones are a little bit more younger newborn, whereas this one, it's a little bit older, more like 0 to 3, which goes with his plaid one that I can put on. And I like this just because it has a chin strap so it doesn't fall off his head. The tricky thing with hats is I've ended up finding I'm not like a huge fan of a lot of hats, just because they tend to slide, especially when they're so little, they tend to slide over their face and their eyes, and they start crying because they can't see, and I totally understand. So if it's cold, putting a hat on to keep them warm, but I just find they always fall off or they're in their eyes, and it's just like, I don't do a lot with hats. We have a summer hat here. Oh, and this is one of my go-tos. Actually, I love this one. This one was one I found off Etsy like quite a few years ago, but this is the one that I always put them in often as a newborn, because this one fits so snug. It does not slide around. It stays on. And yeah, a lot of hats don't. So if you can find one that's like snug, stays on, especially that newborn, often they like you to put hats, doctors and midwives like you to have hats on the newborns just to help keep them a little bit warmer. And so this is my go-to newborn hat, and then otherwise if we're going outside, it's like this one. I find hats often are kind of frustrating. And that leads me to the next one, is socks. Socks are also frustrating, which is why we do zipper jammies, because then we don't have to worry about socks most of the time. However, I did find these socks at H&M, and I really loved the chunky knit in these. And the thing I find with these is that these work for a long time because they're kind of stretchy. And so I just buy like a tight pair of socks like this that fits on, and then I put these over top. And I love the look of those with outfits, but they tend to stay on if they have this tight sock. So if you just get your size, a few sizes. Like again, they're mostly jammies, so I have hardly any of these. Really, I did not use socks much with this baby, but if you want to do socks for some of your outfits, like a tight pair like this, and then I love these, is almost like some little slippers that then stuck on. So I have four of these, 2 blues, and I have 2 whites. I'm not sure where the other one went off at the moment. And then I do have a couple slippers. These ones specifically tend to be my favorite go-to that you don't even need socks. Is that these ones were ones that were made by a local lady, I believe. They were given to me. So, but I think they are locally made. And what I love about these is that they have an elastic in the most boots. It's like they're not worth the money. They're not worth buying because they're always falling off. But these have a little elastic in here, and so these fit so good and they stay on. And we have loved these as a really good kind of like a sock. Either this or like a tight sock with this works amazing in those first few months, and then we have another one for there. But we're in the summer right now too, so I haven't found myself using a lot of socks. If you have the sleepers and then summer, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We've got blankets, we've got swaddles, we've got burp cloths, we've got all of our clothes, our socks, our hats, and I do have another winter one that's for him for 6 to 12 as well. Of these, I think that's everything. Like, it's really simple. It really does not have to be that much, and it's just being intentional, and be intentional with your colors and your palette so that you don't need as many items, and if you stick with a color palette, then you don't need as much, and it really helps out a lot. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or if you have any questions or things you're thinking about or wondering about, you can ask me. I may have tried them, I may have not tried them, but I hope this helps you in kind of figuring out what you need for the first year. And you're going to get gifts because people love buying baby clothes, and so you are going to get gifts because people just can't help themselves. So don't feel like you have to get everything. You can get like a few things for the beginning and then wait and see what people buy for gifts and then fill in the gaps. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you in another one.